I mean, you don't pick captains for one tour or two tours. No? You want to try and invest in something that's going to help us going forward. I mean, you always, like I said, you are hoping that it's the right call that we've seen some progress over the course of the last year or two with him. There's no doubt it is going to be as tough as it gets doing a five-match series in England, and maybe he'll have to learn on the job a little bit. But we are very confident with what he has to offer, and that's the reason we've picked him.
Ultimately, was this the toughest selection committee for you ever since you took over as the chairman of selectors, considering the fact two of the legends have just retired? And did you expect that, or how was that retirement and that the kind of work they are leading? Was it so difficult to think about future and all that? Could you just elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's when guys like that retire, it's always going to be big holes to fill. I mean, Ashwin retired a few months back as well, so those three guys are stalwarts of our cricket. It's always difficult. One way of looking at it is it's an opportunity for someone else. They've left a legacy behind. I mean, obviously I've had conversations with both of them over the last couple of months. Virat obviously reached out early April and said he wants to finish. I mean, we've seen him, sort of give 200% every ball that he plays, even when he's not batting or he's in the field. He probably felt that he had given everything that he had, and if he can't keep up to the standards that he set himself over the years and how good he's been, and maybe it was time for him. It's come from him. It's you've got to respect that. I mean, they've earned that respect, both of them, and as all great players are, the one thing they are is they're true to themselves, and he was in that conversation. So you've got to respect that. I think we'll obviously miss. I mean, when you've got a guy who's played 123 test matches, 30 test hundreds, it's going to be tough to fill. It's an opportunity for someone else, but he's shown what needs to be done to succeed at this level. I mean, needless to say, even Rohit, he's been a leader over the last couple of years since he started leading the test matches. It's a new cycle, so it's an opportunity to build something for us as well. But there's no doubt. I mean, that's why I think we've got to show them the respect that they've earned instead of speculating too many things. It's sometimes a personal call with players, and you've got to respect that. And like I said, their performances over the years have shown the amount of games that they've won for India. It's someone else's chance now, but there's no doubt we'll miss them. I mean, all three of them, and Shami really. He's again in Test cricket. He's been incredible. So 4 guys like that not being part of your squad is going to make it a little bit tougher, but it's an opportunity for other guys.
Hi, what's the status of Bumrah? Is he fit for all the 5?
What's the status of Bumrah? Is he available for all the 5 games, or what's the workload constant going forward?
I don't think he'll be available for all 5 tests. As far as, again, the physios and the doctors have told us, whether it's 4 or 3, I think we'll see how the series goes and how his body can take the workload. Needless to say, how important he is. So even if he's fit for whether it's 3 or 4 tests, I think he's going to win us a few test matches here. So we're just glad that he's fit, and that little setback that he had in Australia wasn't too bad, and he's back playing. We've seen, I know it's T20 cricket at the moment, but we've seen what he's doing in the IPL. So we're just happy that he's part of the squad.
Thanks for elaborating on the kohli and Dhoni bit and putting an end to all the difficulties. I was very much interested in the Arun and the spot. How challenging was it to actually overlook someone like Farah, prefer Arun over someone like Sarkar, who was around but didn't get an opportunity in Australia? What sort of a signal does it send to the larger pool of players in the field?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have to make those decisions. I mean, Sarfaraz did play the 3 test matches in India. I know he got 100 in the first test, didn't get runs, missed out in Australia. Sometimes those are decisions which the team management takes. whether it's fair on somebody or unfair on someone, those are the choices that you make in the best interest of the team. And at the moment we felt, Karun obviously he's put heaps of runs over the last couple of seasons. He's played a little bit of test cricket early in his career, has played a bit of county cricket. We feel that he's batting well enough. Also with now Virat not there, clearly lacking a little bit of experience in that batting. Jaiswal touring for the first time to UK. I know Gill's played but one test match. So it's basically KL and Pant who've played a series before. So we felt his experience could help. Sometimes it is always going to be unfair on somebody else, but eventually you've got to make choices.
Actually, you do have two senior players in the squad, at least senior players. We have K. Bumrah, were there any conversations, especially with Rahul as well as Bumrah, considering they have captain India in test matches before, and what were those conversations?
I mean, not really. Booms, because he led in Australia, he was the vice captain in Australia, but once he's not going to be available for all the test matches, I think he's more important to us as a player. We want him fit. There's always that extra burden when you're leading, you're managing 15, 16 other people. There's a lot that it takes out of you. We'd rather have him bowling as well as he does than putting that extra burden on him. He's aware of it. We've had a chat with him and he's okay with it. He knows where his body's at the moment, and he'd rather look after himself and be bowling fit. With KL, not really. I mean, basically he's captain a while back, at least when I wasn't there. So, but again, he's a quality player, and we hope that he has a big series because he's going to be an important player for us. So, but yeah, with Booms, I think it was more his workload management and having him fit as a bowler more than anything else.
Ajit, the selection has been very insistent that domestic players should play domestic cricket, and the other selection comes to feel that the best performance has been rewarded. I can give a few examples, but one sticks out distinctly about Ricky Queen. He was the highest scorer of the season, then highest scorer in the Green Trophy, and he was picked for United Trophy but was not played. And Dhoni was selected, who the world had seen. He was then taken to Australia where he did not get a chance. Same with, of course, there's a couple of more examples I can give, but this is the thinking behind the best performance. In the case of merit and performance,
I mean, look, these A tours are now just before the tour. So sometimes when you are 6 or 7 guys from your test squad are going to go on the A tour, it becomes difficult to then. Unfortunately we can't take 50 people. Karun is a performer in Ranji Trophy, right? So he's part of that. There's a Jaiswal, there's a Dhruv Jurel, who's already part of that A team, who are going to be in the test team. So someone's bound to miss out. It was unfortunate. Even in Australia when he went, I understand he didn't get a chance. But then KL Rahul went because he needed some game time before the test series. Yeah, but only 11 can play. So someone will have to sit out at point, at some stage. I wish we could play 18, but we can't. Now if you start picking on players through the history, there will be about 1 million players who missed out. It's not intentional that you're keeping somebody out. But you're trying to pick the best possible players for that particular game or that series that you want to. And someone's going to miss out, like I said. Now, if you keep picking on names, it is never going to be a conversation starter anywhere, because there'll always be, even when we pick 18, there's somebody who's missing out. Do those 18 guys who've been picked not deserve to be there? That's the question you need to answer.
Yeah.